All right, in this video, we're going to look at the guitar licks from the great Steve Howe of Yes and the classic song Roundabout. I'm going to try to go through them all as long as I don't forget to cover any. Let's start off with a well-known part. So here, this is basically a G chord, a C chord, and a C suspended. So that's the way I used to play it. But if you listen closely, you hear this E coming through. So that tells me he goes, for the C chord, he goes into this position and plays that E with it. You'll hear that come through. And then you can play the C suspended, or you can actually play the full F chord there. Not much different. And they go to a B flat at the end. And what's cool about that is the bass goes down to F on that chord. When they go up, he goes down to the F and he's up on the B flat. Okay, let's hop back to the intro. And got to point out, I got another video with an acoustic where I'm showing this, and I play it like... but I had figured that out about 40 years ago. It's hard to believe it's been that long. But actually, when you listen again, I went back and listened. You don't hear... He doesn't pick that note. What you hear is a gentle roll-off. Like that. So that there's a couple parts to it. Starts on a D chord, and you want to play the D bass, and then use your finger to pop the F sharp. And then the high part, you're going to pick this note and hammer and roll, and come down and pick the D. And then the melody up here. More slowly it goes. And the bass just walks down the scale with one sharp. Like that. So you put them together. You're going to pick the C and pop the high E. Then you're going to play the B and pop the D. Then the A bass with the C and A. And then the G bass with the G and B string. And then the F sharp and A at the end. And then they get into the verse. And they're basically doing, so it's E minor, F sharp minor, and G, but actually that F sharp bass, that can easily be a D chord if you just raise that. So he hits D harmonic there, E minor, top three strings, then the second, third, and fourth string here on the seventh. That's your D chord. And then up to the high G harmonic, which is just these middle two strings on the fifth fret. That's the high G. So you get the E, F sharp, G. You kind of focus on that. And then they get up to an A minor while the bass walks up. The guitar just stays on A minor here. So what they do there is a B minor, and then the bass is going to walk down while he stays on B minor. The bass is going to walk down B, A, and G. And And then when they go down to the F chord, the bass stays on G. So that's really a keyboard lick, but the guitar does start that off. And then the keyboard plays. So they do this thing, same notes as the intro. So guitar and keyboard just do that. And the bass. They do it up an octave, same notes but up an octave, and the bass goes down. And so that part, he's just doing octaves. He's doing an E, E, B, D. Then this part, a B and a C sharp. And then you're going to hop up to these strings and do G, A, and B. So it just kind of goes up. So we got those two different parts. We got the intro. And then we got this part. And then what I think of as a third part is just, it's like a, think of like it's like an A suspended, D and C sharp. And then like above the E, you play the F sharp. So you're kind of coming down to those notes like that. And then at the end, the bass is on a B, and you hear like an F sharp and an A coming through, so it's pretty much that. Then we get to the guitar solos, and he does this. Now he's got octaves recorded with this, so there's another one doing that, and this one. The second line, it doesn't hang out on that high note, it just comes right back down. And he's got room for two more notes. So that solo there, pretty much, I used to think that was the hardest lick in the song. Sounded just crazy to me, this. But really all you're doing there is you're going to pick the B, pull it off, and then pick the G. And do that up here and up here. So that's what you're doing. Actually, on the D, you hear a slide up, so you want to do it like this. And then he gets into this B flat mode. What you're doing there is your same type of thing, B flat pull off, couple pull offs on the F with the D string, and then the last one. You're going to pull off the C and give that B flat a bend and come back to the open G string. Now this note right here gave me more trouble than any because it's a C note, and the reason I think that is because you can hear the B flat and the G clearly come through, but he's playing a harmonic, and I actually heard this G coming through as the harmonic. It's very hard to get that G harmonic off of the C. Usually you get an octave, if you want to play the C and get that both those notes coming through, you could do the C and the G like this. You could play that. But really, and I'm pretty sure he's on this string because I did get that harmonic at one point and really hard to get here. But I want to mention this because it's just a very difficult note. It can depend so much on your amp settings. Different amp settings give you all of a sudden, amazing harmonics, and then some settings you get none, right? And I usually can find them with my electric unplugged, but this one just gave me a hard time. So at any rate, we'll just take any harmonic. So this look here, what he does, F and G, and then he gets into kind of a triplet rhythm, comes down the chromatic notes there, and these notes too. But he kind of just slides down as he's doing them. If you listen in slow motion, it's like and you want to end that at the end of the line in time, so the next line you start this on 1 and continue down. It's a chromatic down this, just an octave lower here. You can play the B flat there and bend it, or you can do, that might be easier. So the whole solo goes like this. And then he gets into this. He actually fades in the volume, and that's bent about to an F, and then so we're just on the natural notes B, C, and D here, and then A and F. So he's playing a G, an F, and a D there. And this look here, he's just come up twice there on the E and F, twice on the F and G, twice on the G and A, and then hit the B flat. And that's kind of took hard to get used to. And what I found is if you just pick it and treat each one as a separate, don't think about moving into that, just then play these. Just play each one a couple times, get the feel of that, and it's pretty easy. Like that. So this solo goes. So what you want to do here is just walk up this E minor scale or G major. You got one sharp there, F sharp. There's the C natural. And there's the F sharp again. The rest of them are natural notes. So you're just trilling on B and F sharp, B and C, F sharp and G. Then they just strum the C minor through their harmonies at the end. And then they get to the intro lick again, but this time they're going to cap off the song by ending on an E major, throw that G sharp in there.